Picture this. You're sitting at a closing table. You're finalizing this massive real estate transaction, and right as you go to stamp the document, your stomach drops. You realize your Massachusetts Notary Commission expired yesterday. Suddenly, your authority's totally gone, that entire transaction could be invalidated, and you might even be staring down some severe legal liability. Well, welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're unpacking the critical, high-stakes process of renewing your Massachusetts Notary Commission. We are going to break down everything, from the timeline to the exact paperwork, so you don't lose your legal standing and can just keep doing your vital work completely uninterrupted.
All right, let's kick things off with a pretty harsh reality check. Massachusetts offers zero grace period. None. That means the absolute split second your commission term ends, you are legally barred from performing any notarial acts whatsoever. There is no leeway here. Continuing to notarize with an expired ID or stamp is a direct violation of state law, specifically Chapter 222, and it could actually lead to the complete revocation of your commission, leaving you super legally vulnerable. So that's exactly why being proactive about your renewal isn't just, a good idea, it's an absolute professional necessity.
So, here's our roadmap for today's Explainer. We'll quickly run through why timely renewal matters, the basic life cycle of your commission, the step-by-step renewal process, how application submission and fees work, some common pitfalls you'll want to avoid, and finally wrap up with some handy resources and a quick legal disclaimer.
Section 1. Why timely renewal matters. Protecting your authority and liability.
Look at it this way. As a notary public in Massachusetts, you aren't just an administrative assistant. You are a public officer commissioned by the Commonwealth to literally deter fraud. Now, while your commission is active, you have the legal authority to witness signatures, administer oaths, and verify identities. But the moment your commission expires, boom, that authority completely ceases. Performing any acts with an expired seal can totally invalidate legal documents. We're talking wills or property deeds here, and it can even constitute official misconduct.
Moving on to Section 2, Notary Commission Renewal Basics, the 7-year life cycle.
Okay, so here's how the timeline breaks down. In Massachusetts, every single commission runs for a highly specific term of exactly 7 years. Once you hit about the 6.5-year mark, you really need to start preparing. You're going to want to be on the lookout for a very specific 5-week window right before your expiration date. That is when the Secretary of the Commonwealth automatically mails your physical renewal forms to you. Actually, let me repeat that. Physical forms. Right now, renewal applications are just not available online in Massachusetts. It is entirely a paper-based system, which means tracking that expiration date is 100% on your shoulders. Which brings us to Section 3, Step-by-Step Renewal Process, Navigating the Paperwork.
Since these renewal applications are strictly paper-heavy, you've got to follow these steps really carefully so your application doesn't just get rejected right out of the gate. Step 1 is simply waiting for the state to mail your form. Step 2 requires you to gather references and an updated resume. Step 3 is kind of meta, honestly. You actually need to have another current Massachusetts notary public administer an oath to you and notarize your own application. And finally, Step 4 is mailing that fully assembled packet back to the state.
Let's zoom in on what actually goes into that packet, because you absolutely cannot skip any of these documents. You're going to need your completed application and an up-to-date resume stapled right to the back. But the trickiest part for a lot of people is the reference section. You have to secure the endorsement signatures of 4 Massachusetts residents. And here is the real kicker. At least one of those 4 references must be a licensed Massachusetts attorney in good standing. No way around it. Plus, like I mentioned, the application contains an oath page that has to be sworn and signed in the physical presence of a current active Massachusetts notary.
What you're looking at here is the actual official applicant reference form you'll encounter. Your references are basically vouching for your character and your professional integrity. This is a super vital part of the vetting process, and it really echoes the high standards required to be a public officer. So you've got to ensure your references fill this out accurately. Definitely remind them that incomplete forms will significantly delay your whole renewal process.
Section 4. Application Submission and Fees. Paying the Commonwealth.
So, your packet is perfectly assembled. Now you'll mail it straight to the State House, specifically to the Notary Public Office at 24 Beacon Street, room 184 in Boston. But wait, stop right there. Crucially, do not send any money during this initial step. If you just toss a check into the envelope with your application, it can actually disrupt the whole process.
Now, the official commissioning fee for Massachusetts Notary is $60. But, as we just discussed, keep your checkbook closed for now. You do not pay this upfront. You only pay the $60 fee after your application has been fully reviewed and you've received a formal written approval notice in the mail from the Secretary of the Commonwealth. Only then do you send your payment.
Let's move to the final steps and see how this all builds to your official reinstatement. So, you receive the approval notice. Then, you pay the $60 fee. The state then finalizes your record and sends you your shiny new commission certificate. But hold on, you are not done yet. You have a super strict 90-day window, just 3 months, to take your official swearing-in oath of office. You can usually knock this out with the local municipal clerk or at the Registry of Deeds. But if you miss that 90-day window, your commission is invalid and you literally have to start the entire process all over again.
Let's pivot to Section 5, Common Pitfalls to Avoid. Don't let your commission lapsing sneak up. This right here is honestly the biggest administrative trap that catches notaries off guard. If you change your residential or business address, you must notify the Public Records Division within 10 days. Remember how we said the state automatically mails your renewal form 5 weeks before expiration? Well, if your address in their system is outdated, that form simply goes to the wrong house. You won't even know it's time to renew until your commission is already expired.
Here's another massive pitfall, and it involves your notary tools. When you renew, your commission expiration date changes, obviously. Because of that, your old stamp is entirely invalid. You have to physically destroy or deface your old stamp, literally take scissors and cut the ink pad or heavily bend the metal to prevent anyone from using it fraudulently. After that, you'll order a new seal with your updated expiration date. But, crucially, do not use your new stamp until the exact commencement date of your new 7-year term.
And finally, Section 6, Resources and Legal Disclaimer, where to get help, and our final note.
If things go sideways, your approval seems unexpectedly delayed, or you urgently need to process an address change so you can actually get your forms, these are the direct lines you'll need. The Public Records Division handles address updates. You can reach them at 617-727-2836. The Governor's Council can give you status updates on a pending application at 617-725-4016. And of course, mass.gov is going to be your primary hub for downloading any supplementary information.
Just a quick, vital reminder before we finish up. While we aim to provide comprehensive, beginner-friendly insights into this whole process, we're educators here, not your lawyers. This explainer absolutely does not substitute for professional legal advice. If you've got complex questions or specific legal issues regarding your past notarial acts or your renewal status, always consult a legal professional or official Massachusetts state resources for personalized guidance.
So, before you close out of this explainer, I want you to ask yourself this question. Is your current address actually accurate in the Commonwealth system right now? Don't let a simple typo cost you your commission. Go double-check your records today. And hey, please feel free to share your own renewal experiences, drop some tips, or ask any questions down in the comments below. We absolutely love seeing this community support each other. Thanks so much for learning with us, and we'll see you in the next explainer.